I think since the sun is facing me the way it is why I'm getting this +2 flashing at ISO 640. So today is Wednesday, and today is shoulder day for me. Yesterday, I did legs, and I filmed at my second gym, my second backup gym. Today, I'm at my third backup gym, and we will be doing shoulders. So, pulling up now, about to back in and get this shoulder workout underway. All right, did a few warm-up sets, and I guess you can call this still kind of like a warm-up set, but I just want to make sure I'm not gonna hit my camera. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Are we tracking? Looks like we are. All right. Second working set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Sweet. Whew. So rear delts are huge when you want that look. For years, I neglected shoulders altogether. So now I'm trying to hit shoulders and catch them up. Of course, shoulders is nothing glamorous. So when you're first starting out, it's the last thing you want to think about is shoulders. But it's a very important muscle to build, especially when you want to get that look, and just for overall strength and things like benching if you have good shoulder strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Definitely getting that burn. That shoulder burn is key for growth. All right, actually, you know what? Let me just step the weight up a little bit. You do not need a lot of weight when you're doing rear delts like this. All you need is lightweight and proper form, and just go until failure. 1, 3, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Those partials really help with growth. So when you're feeling like you're at failure, go for those partials. I like to not necessarily spam rear delts on this reverse, or it could be a pec deck machine or a chest fly. You can reverse and do rear delts. I like to spam them just so I can get that burn before I step onto like face pulls and side laterals. Nine, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So as you're starting to warm up with rear delts, and of course you start to fatigue a lot faster, you're gonna, of course, do lower reps, and you're gonna get true growth in the outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let me step the weight up again. I like to also, as most people know, put my chest here and my butt fairly at the edge of the seat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I got some zebras on my skin, but nothing too crazy. So hopefully when I add my color grade, I can correct it. Increase the weight again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can sit here and just not necessarily spam, but you can sit here and just do numerous sets of these rear delts, these rear delt flies, and get that overall growth with your rear delts, which is a look that you want. It's gonna pop the upper top of your back and make it look thicker. When I start doing side delts, of course, it's going to give you that thickness on the side, which will ultimately make you look wider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's almost at the weight where I can't even fully get a full extension. So let me just lessen the weight back to where I was. So I'm already kind of somewhat fatigued and the weight has increased. I prefer to drop that weight back down and get full reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I neglected shoulders for years, which most of us do. Most people want that quick look. They think chest and triceps, which is true, gives you that, and biceps, but you gotta grow shoulders. You gotta put work into shoulders also. Yes, you get a lot of front shoulder activity when you bench, but you gotta focus on side and rear. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oof. Really trying to blow them up. When I do sit here and do chest on this chest fly machine, some people like to call it peg deck, whatever you want to call it. So glad they got this one fixed. They had this one broken for a while, and the one in front of me was the only one that was working. But now they got both back up, so excited about that. So I started off in Planet Fitness, and I kind of outgrew Planet Fitness because I thought, oh, Planet Fitness doesn't have enough weight for me. As I got older, I realized it's not even about the weight. It's about just knowing how to fully trigger growth, what exercises to do. You can get plenty of size in the Planet Fitness. Don't let people fool you. This is like my third backup gym that I come to when I don't feel like driving further to my main gym, which is Alpha Land. And I have a second gym, which is Crunch. So I can go to any Planet Fitness location that I want to go to, any Crunch location, just to mix it up. But the more the story is you can get big if that's what you want, get ripped, get size in a Planet Fitness. There's plenty of things you can do in a Planet Fitness that you can do anywhere else. And of course, there's things here in Planet Fitness that you cannot get done at home unless you just have that machine. So don't sleep on Planet Fitness. It was always my true gym love to start. I kind of broke up with it for years, then signed back up earlier this year in 2025. And I'll keep my Planet Fitness membership because it's just convenient to have a Planet Fitness membership if you're traveling. These gyms are everywhere. So that's how I look at it. I love to work out, so if wherever I'm staying does not have a gym or a hotel gym, there's usually always a Planet Fitness around. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last shoulder workout that I did here in Planet Fitness, this actual location, is on my channel. Go check it out. I did a little bit more. I did some laterals that I filmed, dumbbell laterals, some side cables. I'm going to be doing that today. Let's see if I film it. But last time, I don't think I filmed this exercise. Actually, I'm trying to remember, did I do it? I usually start off with rear delts here, but I don't think I filmed it. So each video, I try to switch it up a little bit. Even though it's the same muscle group, I try to do something different or a different scene to make it look unique. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's it. That is it for rear delts. All right, so one of the things I like to do when I'm doing side dumbbell laterals is come over here to this lat pull down. I'm just going to show you it's a lat pull down, but I'm not doing lats today. So lat pull down, which is right here. Everybody knows the lat pull down. Like I said, I'm not doing back. So I'm not doing this today, but I'm just showing you exactly where I am. So come to the lat pull down. Don't do lat pull downs. Flip around. Put your back on this pad and you can do seated side dumbbell laterals because we're doing shoulders today. So I did 3 warm-up sets. I guess you can call this like a working set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, step these up. Also, when you're doing dumbbell side laterals for your side delts, you can keep it fairly light. I like to go a little bit heavier, but not too heavy. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Also, when you're using any kind of bench, seated, or if you're doing this little hack like I'm doing, you want to try to keep your back straight up. You want to try not to slouch when you're seated. So, of course, you can protect your lower back from bad posture or injury or whatever. And you want to try to contract your core as much as you can also to protect your spine. Sit straight up. You're going to each corner of the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. All right, we are still recording. Let me step up the weight. So one of the things that I like to do also on shoulder day is under my hoodie, wear an actual muscle shirt so I can see my shoulders better compared to my cutoff sleeve shirts that would hide more. It helps me just to be able to see some, I guess you could say, pumped shoulder area so I can know I'm really hitting them since I'm wearing the proper shirt to be able to see shoulders. So, but for right now, I'll probably just keep the hoodie on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whew. I'll sit here and keep increasing the weight on these dumbbells as I go up. All right, let's go up to the 20s now. Actually, before I go to the 20s, I'm gonna do the 17s and a half because they have that here. I forgot they have that half weight or half dumbbell between 15s and 20s. So after this, it'll be the 20s. Then I go to the 30s and then probably the 35s. But you don't need much weight when doing side laterals. Trust me, you can stop at like 25, 30s and get a good pump, or even lighter. All right. So from those rear delts and the fatigue I got with those, now I'm doing side lateral dumbbells. The fatigue is definitely setting in even more. You don't need much for your shoulders. Some people have, like I said it before, genetics, the shoulders grow quick. A lot of people have to work hard for them. I'm one of those people, so it is what it is. You got to just keep doing what you can do. You may not see much definition, but if you keep working them, at least within, you'll have strength. The strength sometimes doesn't show. So a person can be super strong, but you won't know it just by how they look. So any strength in the muscle is always key and more important than it just looking like it's strong. Stepped up the weight. Like I said, you don't need much weight when you're doing side delts. Put your back all the way back on the pad, whatever you're using. Like in this case, it's these roller pads. Try to sit up as straight as possible. The whole set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whew. All right, from here, I'll probably do some side cable laterals. Okay, so on cable side laterals, I like to bring this down to about right here, where your arm, everybody's different, but you want to bring it down to where your arm hangs naturally. So if your arms are higher up, you'd be a notch higher up than I am, or vice versa. Then I like to stand more over it so it can hit the side delts, because if you stand too far back, it's hitting more of your front delt. So you want to stand over it so it can hit the side delt. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll sit here and do these over and over again. And like I said, you want to stand over the cable just a little bit so you can make sure you're hitting side. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, let me change this camera angle to up so you can see me a little bit better. 25 looks like it's exposing my face properly. 2500 ISO, that's what I'm referring to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I do these out loud camera, or I'm talking about these camera settings because I'm shooting in manual, I'm shooting in S-Log3 on my camera. I'm trying to be as cinematic as possible using manual. I don't shoot in automatic anymore, so I like to speak it out, say it out loud so I can remember what settings were on certain scenes. So ISO 2500, locked into 4500 Kelvin, and of course locked into 2.8. One, just stepped up the weight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. A few more of these, and then I'll probably may do some shrugs. And then after shrugs, that'll be it for shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 sets of side cable laterals. So I could be done here, but I'll probably just do one more and then I'll end it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2,